It's Thursday morning here in Boracay. I'm your host, Ricky Drama, here on Sick Grandpa. You know, we have Sunshine Shoulders doing a live stream this morning there with the Blizzard abroad and, of course, Richie Rich abroad. You know, talking about how great they are and how all the other people suck, and you know, they're the greatest expats, you know, America's ever produced and sent over to Southeast Asia. And no one has any right, and no one's allowed to talk anything about their channels, you know, because we're just a bunch of trash and nobodies, and we're America's worst. They said, oh, we're America's worst. How'd that happen? How three guys on a channel, you know, let's just face it, first of all, we have Sunshine Shoulders, who, you know, abandoned his family, his African-American family in the U.S., ran to the Philippines, went to Zambang City, he targeted it because it was the most poorest province in the Philippines, used and abused all the girls, left the Philippines in shambles. It was so bad, Sunshine Shoulders had to be repatriated, lost his passport, and had to pay back the United States government in order to get his passport back, because that's how much damage he created in Zambanga City. And then he got married, and then he took a new family to America, a Philippine-American family, and then he abandoned that family. He abandoned two families, went to the Philippines again, started a third family, and then, of course, started his YouTube channel. People all around him mysteriously dying, left, right, and center, and always got all this money. He took out a fraudulent loan with the U.S. government during the COVID era, saying that, he had a business in Louisville, an insurance business, and he used a fraudulent loan on a closed insurance business that he closed before the pandemic, and he built a brand new house in San Carlos City. And now, all of a sudden, Sunshine Shoulders is, an exceptional American out here. We got Richie Rich abroad. He spent his entire 8 years in China. I mean, who does 8 years in China except nutcases, bro? There's a bunch of fucking nutcases, whack jobs, and then he ends up in Manila and BGC, and he hooks up with some girl that agrees to do this, they go together and they get like 300 views, a video, and 100 views per live stream, and he's calling himself a super success, and they don't even live together. I mean, him and his girlfriend don't even live together, and somehow y'all protect her to the end, that's my girl. I mean, you don't even live with her, bro. You don't even live with your girl. We got, Blizzard guy, the Blizzard abroad guy, who, I think works for another postal service employee. That's all you got to say, bro. And then he's already got grandkids, and he's 73, and he's 73, has grandkids, and he still can't even afford to come to the Philippines. That's how, what can we say, man? And then we got another channel, Captain Trucker, America's worst trucker. This Captain Trucker got a dishonorable discharge in basic training, didn't even make it through second week of basic training. And then he's doing a live stream with this nut job, Officer Expat, who, couldn't handle a real police department. So he ended up working for, the college campus security. And this guy's running around the provinces. I mean, it's so bad in America now. These guys that spend every second, they're waking second, taking care of their body. Their body's their temple. They're in the gym, 5 hours a day, and all they do is drink protein shakes and, run around and jump up and down and tell everyone how great they are. Anyways, Officer Expat, America's worst police officer, he's running around the provinces for years, targeting poor, innocent Filipinas and to exploit, and then he abuses them in the province, Officer Expat, and then he runs off back to America and blocks them. That's your shining armor. That's your shining armor, Calvin Sunshine Shoulders. That's your shining armor, Richie Rich abroad. That's your shining armor, Captain Trucker. That's your shining armor, Officer Expat. You're a bunch of fucking losers. All of you are a bunch of fucking losers. We can talk about it when we want to talk about it. So shut the hell up.